round of men's long jump. See the top mark on the ledger, 27.6, and as promised, here now a look at Marquis Dendy.
He has great speed on the runway, and he translated it into 27.6, so that's your current leader.
Seven-time NCAA champion while at the University of Florida. Made the team in 2016, but then got injured. Would mean a lot to him to make the team again here in 2021. As Dendy awaits the decision by Lawson, and so Jarian Lawson has, for the second consecutive time here in the final, elected to pass.
And I think this may be due to the heat. I think he figures, let me take the fewest number of jumps, quality jumps, that I think are going to get me on this team, rather than taking all possible.
This is DeMarcus Simpson, who already has a lifetime best in this event today, 26.10 and a half, and why not? He is in front of a very friendly crowd. He competed collegiately at the University of Oregon. He was 8th at the Olympic trials back in 2016, currently finds himself in 3rd. This has kind of been the area where everybody's been launching from today.
Yeah, everybody having trouble finding the board. He got great height. I love this run down the runway. But he's got to get closer to that board. And of course, at this track, they almost always have a prevailing wind at their backs. And sometimes, because it can go up and down, that creates the problems with these guys trying to get their foot on that board.
And here is Marquis Dendy, our leader, part of Jump U from University of Florida. Too many great long jumpers and triple jumpers to mention. And he is certainly among them, and another good effort. Looks very confident coming out of the pit. And I think he's going to like this takeoff point. Again, if you don't follow the sport routinely, it is measured from where that plasticine is, no matter how far behind it you are, and he's very much dialed in on this effort.
I think he got all of the board on this one. Let's take another look and see just how much. Oh yeah, he'll be happy with that. So the adjustment was made, and this is not an improvement, but he remains in the lead.
26.10 and a half, his 3rd effort. He's been over 27 feet today, 27 feet 6 inches. Brings up Corey Crawford out of Oakland, New Jersey, Big Ten champion while at Rutgers. He is in that tenuous spot in 8th position. Again, at the conclusion of this 3rd round of jumping, they will only advance 8 men for 3 additional jumps. Wants to improve his position here. So we await the mark for Crawford. And keeping our eye on Jarian Lawson, who has found a comfortable spot on the infield. Still has not jumped today, passed on his first 2 efforts. Certainly capable of getting himself into the top 8, but there will be no margin for error, Otto, if this is his strategy, as he would have only 1 jump available to him to reach that top 8 position. 25.5 and a quarter was not an improvement for Crawford. That brings up Javon Harrison.
Sitting currently in 2nd.
Was roommates in college with Mondo Duplantis, who will be one of the gold medal favorites in the pole vault, competing for Sweden. LSU always bringing the firepower to these championships and trials. And back to the board, and that one closer than the previous 2. Trying to improve on 27 feet 1/2 inch, and Harrison not only does that, he moves into the lead, Otto, and a new lifetime best, 27.9 and a half.
Well, he danced out of the pit. He seemed very happy with it, as well he should be. PR, imagine this guy who has been competing since early in the year in the indoor season, winning all of those collegiate championships. And on a hot day in June in Eugene, the hottest ever, sets a PR.
And Otto, as we look at this, you were a fast guy in your day, at least rumors have it. It is just not just speed to get to be a good long jumper.
No, you have to be able to convert that speed. And he did a great job of doing it. Great height off of the board. And not a bad landing as well. 27.9.5. New PR for Harrison.
It's a 3-centimeter improvement for Harrison, who is number 2 on the world list so far in 2021. And a legitimate medal favorite in both of his events, should he be able to remain in the top 3 here through the remaining 3 rounds of jumps. And here is Trumaine Jefferson, and talked to his coach Carl Lewis here a moment ago. Made his first world team in 2019, and excuse me, this is Crump now on the runway. Apologize for that. Jefferson just jumped 25.1 3/4. And so Crump, who is in 7th, with a best of 25.11.5.
That's a foul. So he will not improve after 4 rounds.
And clearly over the plasticine, and will have to wait now and see if he can get himself into the final. He's currently in 7th with 6 jumps scheduled here to complete the 3rd round. That'll bring up Jeff Henderson.
Next up on the runway is Jeff Henderson, currently sitting in 5th.
26.6 1/4 in round 1 was his best.
Right now, your medal position.
Otto, many people remember his dedication of his Olympic gold medal to his mother, who was battling with Alzheimer's, rushed home to bring the medal to her. And as Carl Lewis said, probably the most consistent American long jumper over the last decade, and wants nothing more than to go back in an attempt to defend his Olympic title from Rio. He sits in 5th, needs to be in the top 3 by the end.
Not much of the board. And I talked about the wind that's always usually at their backs here. I mean, he's not close to that board. The thing is that the wind in this stadium has died down, so it's not like they have a big, 2.0 meter per second wind at their backs. The wind is relatively still, so I would imagine that guys with the sort of experience that Henderson has would be able to make an adjustment